These two guys managed to catch up with Pacific Games silver medalist and Taekwondo athlete Samantha Kasman.
Yep.
Now, guys, what was the chat about? Was it fun, or was it just more about her post-Pacific Games withdrawals and everything like that?
Well, it was a lot of fun just to get to know the athlete, just to get the viewers to find out who she is and her road to
Rio.
Oh, road to Rio.
Yeah, she's got her own page.
Already?
Sorry. Not Road to Palm, but Road to Rio.
Yes, well, let's take a look at what these two guys and Samantha Kasman spoke about.
It will show us how we are in terms of developing, So, yeah, to attend those events, we need the support, we need the funding, and we just hope that we could get that, in time for us to prepare for the Olympics.
Now, during
qualifiers.
the Pacific Games, I could only watch the what was it, the team event?
Team event.
Where you took on Tahiti.
Yes.
And the physicality involved. I mean, you popped your collar, your shoulder.
Yes.
And I think Dion popped his own shoulder, but for a different reason. He was actually stretching out in the corridor and he popped his shoulder.
Yes, I know what it's like, as champion athletes. We know the pain that we go through.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know, Jeremy, so yeah.
Yeah, because the only thing I was worried about was when the Tahitian girl came in, and the only thing I worried about was, Sammy, please don't hurt her face.
Oh.
That was it. That was it. I was like, yes, I know you've broken your arm and all that, but don't spoil her face. But it does it gets really, 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 really intensive.
If she popped the shoulder, of course it's gonna get intensive.
No, I mean in the sense that sometimes you do fighters can tend to lose that focus.
Yeah, a lot. And sometimes, it's how you control your mind. If you're an individual that gets angry easily and you get kicked in the face and you try to pay back, that's something that you shouldn't do. You should always keep your mind clear and try to score again, see if you can get that score in and even it out, rather than going all
haywire and
haywire.
kill you.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, sorry, no.
Just really quickly, what do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What are your goals at the moment?
Right now, my goal, ultimate goal is to make the Rio qualifiers and hopefully get to the Olympic Games. That is a dream, I think, for any athlete to have and to want to achieve. So after the Olympics, I see myself as either, being in administration for Taekwondo. I still do want to be able to support my national federation and as well be there for the upcoming athletes, and females.
What about outside of the sport?
Outside of the sport, definitely going to continue working with Lamana. And just building my career from there.
Awesome.
For like the rest of your life?
Yeah.
What?
That's a long time.
I know.
So, do you think?
It's good.
Do you think you'll be participating during the 2019 Pacific Games?
I would like to, and hopefully I'm still fit.
But that should be just about it, right, Jeremy? That's very informative. So if you didn't know, how can people follow you? Like if they wanted to find out, where you're fighting or stuff like that. Because I hear you have a page on Facebook.
Yes, I've just created my athlete page, Samantha Kasman Road to Rio, on Facebook. So yeah, you can follow me there.
There's a link right up now on the screen, so you can just go find that, type that in, and follow her on her journey to Road to Rio, not Road to Palm, because Palm's already gone.
I didn't get invited to that page.
I like the page.
Yes, you
so,
did.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
I got invited to like my own page
Oh,
by a
cool.
friend.
Did
so
you like your
wow.
page?
I had
She
to
liked
because
it.
he asked.
Jerry's liked it. I've liked
But,
it. So you better like it at home as well. So
Thank you.
just follow her journey, and I'm sure all your updates should be on that page and available.
Yes. Yeah.
And even if you want to stalk her, you can go stalk her on that page as well.
Go ahead. Samantha Cashman, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for
Wish you
having
all
me.
She definitely is a fun person. Anyway, we'll be back with Sports In, where Lorraine's gonna just blib her bladder as we'll talk about
About the same old thing, rugby union.
rugby. And so don't go anywhere. Stay with us. And welcome back to the show. Now, before Lorraine goes on and gives us some good insight, Jeremy, just tell us a bit about what Lorraine's going to say. Okay, well,
Predictions?
there was the trials over the weekend.
Oh yes, the
Yeah, he's confused. Don't worry, he's always like this.
no, the Pukpuks had the Potmosti based selection trials for
Yeah.
I think the Oceania Championships.
Okay, Lorraine,
That is
explain.
so unfair because I just told you.
Okay.
But yes, the Pomorze-based players had their final trials for the Oceania Cup, which will be held as of the 22nd of August to the 30th of August here in Port Moresby. Now, over in Lae as well, they had their finals at the Lae Scrum Oval. Coach Sydney Wesley had also gone over to scout some players. And we can expect, obviously, Butler Morris to make the squad.
He was a
He's
sevens
quite an
guy.
outstanding
Sevens.
sevens guy. And, of course, some of the forwards as well. We saw in the trials that the forwards, you know, their breakdown will become essential if they want to reclaim the title as Oceania champions. But we had Sam Tam, who was outstanding as well, and we can definitely expect to see him in the squad. And obviously, Rabi Namalu Jr. was also here, as well as Richard Aitzi. Now, the halves, the combination between the halves, Richard and Nigel, was probably one of the best that I've seen so far. But obviously, a lot of work needs to be done as well on that. We've also got Zion Rito, who's another Brisbane-based player that will be coming in. He won't be here till just before the games. Quite a good player because he'll be trialing for the Queensland under-20 team next week. Yeah.
Now, what do you think the team has learned? Obviously, the sevens is different from the larger 15s format of the game. But what do you think the staff would have learned from the Pacific Games experience?
I think something that they can take away from that is never to play for the crowd. I mean, you put on that jersey because you want to win for your country. You're not playing to impress anyone. And 15s is totally different to sevens. But having Butler Morris on board, he's such a versatile player. He can easily adapt just like that. He's obviously, we know he's really good far out on the wing. So he'll be there to add a bit of pace as well, and hopefully we can see Wesley Varley as well being included
He's a
into
speedster.
the squad. And then we have the Kautu brothers as well.
Okay, cool.
Just confirm those dates again, because I'm pretty sure the
They're,
country would love to be there on the
Yes.
sidelines, especially
So,
those based down here in Port Moresby.
Game 1 will be on Saturday, the 22nd of August. Solomon Islands will take on American Samoa. PNG will take on Tahiti. Round 2 would be on Wednesday, the 26th of August, where Tahiti takes on Solomon Islands and PNG, American Samoa. And round 3, obviously, on Sunday, the 30th of August, American Samoa taking on Tahiti and PNG against Solomon Islands. Now, I bumped into Coach Sydney Wesley last week, just, you know, unofficial chat, but he was saying that the boys aren't going to take this competition lightly. It is American Samoa's first time into the Oceania Cup, so, you know, they're generally quite big.
Yeah.
And so they're definitely going to be one of their toughest competitors alongside Solomon Islands, because we saw 2013 that Solomon Islands did put up a good fight against PNG. Now,
They want to come in with a bang as well, the American Samoans.
yeah, definitely. You know, they want to make a good impression. Now, we also spoke to team manager John Havora following the trials on Saturday, and this is what he had to say about the team's preparations.
Today was the second hit out for our PNG Rugby Football Union team, so I think the first 20 minutes was very sluggish. considering that the majority of the players are based in Port Moresby, I think this is basically the second hit out for the season, for the year. So hence the start was pretty slow and sluggish, but I think they picked up as the game wore on. So we got Nigel Genia, who's been in the papers and been interviewed. We also have here Rabi Namali Jr. and Richard Aitzi, as a son of Peter Aitzi. So they've joined us today. So that's a contribution from Australia. The head coach Sydney Wesley is in Ley. He'll be watching the grand finals he'll be watching the Ley grand finals tomorrow. So that's where he'll be keeping an eye on the guys that he wants to have in that team for the Foro Cup. So we've got Jackie from NGI here. We also have two sevens players that have joined us, which is Steny Susuve and Wesley Valley, apart from the Moresby-based team that's here as well. It's still early stages. I think they still need a bit more game time, but I'm sure that will come as there's one more game that's been scheduled for next week. So the coaches have seen what they've seen today, and they will work on that during the week. I mean, it's a good thing to see. It's what we have in the PNG team right now is a mixture of youth and experience, and I think you can see from the game today, the scrimmage was a bit rough, but they picked up and looked better with experience coming in and the weight that was in the scrums. Yes, I would like them to come and support us. I think the game is from the 22nd to the 30th of August, and we'd like the fraternity to come and watch, and also from the other sporting codes to come and support the PNG team.
Over the week, Fiji defeated Samoa in the Pacific Cup.
Yes, that was last week. Fiji came out as the Pacific Nations champions against Samoa, 39-29.
Yep.
Great victory there for them, and it's really good in terms of building the momentum for them leading into the Rugby World Cup.
Now, these two teams will be representing the Pacific at the Rugby World Cup. What do you think their chances are so far, like from their performance?
Well, you know, there's been a lot of chat going around in regards to Fiji doing quite well, but they're in the same pool as Rugby Giants, England, Wales, and Australia. So it's not to say they won't do well.
They're in the pool of death.
Yeah, we've got, you know, it's just going to be really tough for them. England was always going to be a force, and especially on home soil.
Yeah.
And Australia, well, they showed over the weekend that they you know, they're hungry for a win. They're hungry for the World Cup, and they performed really well against the All Blacks.
Nick White played extremely well.
Yes, Nick White did play well, but before he'd come on, we had the Foley and Phipps combination, and that just did not work at all. That was just they were terrible in the backs. But I think the forwards really did win the game for them. We had Hooper and everyone else in the forwards do really well, and I'm going to cut that out. But anyways, that was the first time we had the Wallabies actually put the All Blacks under pressure.
Exactly. And Dan Carter was a bit under pressure too on a couple of his kicks there, which he didn't convert. Yeah,
well, you know, I'm all for the Wallabies, but champions must lose every now and then so they can get back on track. So the Wallabies are looking to go for a massive win at Eden Park next week.
Lauren, just a very serious question. What do the Puk-Puks need to do I know there are tiers in rugby. What do we need to do to move up that scale?
Well, I think we just need to, first things first, let's start off with having a regular competition. You could see in the trials that that's what we were lacking. The boys were just a bit all over the place because they hadn't played, you know, proper 15s matches in such a long time. But then again, we don't have any venues out there as well, so that all becomes an issue. But Fiji's progressed on to Tier 2, I think it is. That's why they're not in the the Oceania Cup. So in order for us to really go that one step further, we need to have that regular competition flowing. So our players will just be, you know, having 15s matches in and out rather than just once or twice a year. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Now we'll just take a quick break right now. Thank you very much for that, Lorraine. And we'll be back with more Sports Scene. And welcome back to the show. Now, Jeremy, the Besta Cup is coming up.
Yes, the Best of Football Championship PNG's amateur league competition for the different associations. It'll be kicking off this week.
Where will it kick off?
Well, it starts off with the Mamase leg, which will be held over in Leh. It starts on Wednesday, ends on Saturday, and then from there it moves to the southern region, Kiunga, from the 20th to the 24th, I think. And then from the 25th to the 28th, it'll be held over in Manus.
So, Jeremy, just tell us a bit about the Besta Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What
don't
is
know
it?
much about it. Is it different to the National Soccer League?
Okay.
Or
Okay.
Yeah.
So the National Soccer League is a combination of the franchise clubs. So it's just a semi-professional competition, but it's the highest competition that we have.
In the country.
Yep, in the country. Then you have the Besta Cup, which is basically the associations, the different, like you got your Port Moresby Soccer Association, your Lay Football Association, Lahi, all of those ones that send their selected players to take part in these competitions. Then, of course, you have the National Club Championships, which we haven't had in a while. And the National Club Championships are basically the best.
what is the Besta Cup?
The Besta Cup is a tournament that is sponsored
By Besta, let me
by
guess.
Besta, obviously. But okay, so it's just basically the different district associations throughout the country sending their teams to take part in a regional tournament. From the regions, it then forms a national championship where the top two teams from each of these from the top two associations.
Now, you mentioned
Then
that we
make it
haven't
through.
had that championship.
For a while.
in
Okay,
a
no, we
while,
haven't had a
so-
club championship.
Oh, I see. Yep,
This one is an association championship.
Cool.
Yeah.
Spoke to tournament director Simon Koima. What did he have to say about the entire tournament?
Oh, he's actually really excited about just having regular football. Also, on top of that, apart from just the competition, I asked him about women's development of the sport, and well, basically, here's what he had to say about both of those things.
Chances are that it's up to individual, not MAs, but centers or would-be businessmen who want to put him up a team. Good time for them to go and scout for players up to the championships. In Manus, 25th to 29th, in Leh, 11th to the 15th, and in Southern Region, in Nawan in Kiunga, is 20 to the 24th. So yes, it's all about financing. And if there is somebody out there who wants to participate or have a group of players get them together and have whatever franchise, then it's up to that group of people. I would like to encourage all MAs and associate MAs must focus on women's development. And rightly so, they have won the championship for the fourth season in a row. And it shows that women are alive. But associations have to wake up. They can't rely on PNGFA only. It has to go down to the MAs to ensure that they have women's participation, women's in youth and in seniors.
Well, thank you very much. That brings us to the end of the show. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys, for coming in and making
Thank
this
you.
Thanks,
heaps of
Dion.
fun. Do catch us on MTV Online. Also, you can catch us on Facebook. And we do have Hotspot fortnightly on Thursday evenings.
Yes, we've now got our MTV Sports Facebook page, so you can check that out, and of
Do
course
go like.
MTV Online for news.
All
as
our updates
well.
should be there.
Yeah, you can send us an email on sports@emtv.com.pg as well.
Awesome. That should be just about it. Anything else you guys want to say? Shout out to everyone at home. Have a blessed and prosperous evening.
And we'll see you same time next week.
Good night.